Good afternoon to everyone, and I'm happy to be here with you. And I thank the organization of ProSummer inviting me to be here talking about our experience. At Tryonic, we develop safety devices for sport purposes and medical devices. Actually, we have two collections, roads equipment and winter sport equipment. Back protectors, in particular, braces, okay, that are controlling the safety when heavy sports came, okay. Helmets with a special feature inside about fitting and safety performance. And every kind of product we developed during its life always received some awards in terms of safety. For instance, back protectors 2 years ago has been declared the safest product in the market. Beside this business, we develop also braces for injured guys at skies. So we are used to work inside clinics and hospitals together with doctors, touching very sensitive topics like the health of people. This provides us really a lot of job, a lot of know-how, as well as a long list of personal satisfactions. Basing our mid-plan term on our medical approach, we decided to extend our product range to the motorbike helmet, okay, category. But some words about the safety on the motorbike helmet market. There are 5 different standards, so there is not a unique standard to follow. And there are 5 standards that are covering the most important areas: USA, Europe, Australia, Japan, and Brazil. The list of tests that a helmet must pass is short but quite important. Must pass the test impact. At this moment, the standards of the main part of the standards speak about one single impact. So just need, actually, the helmet you can find in the market just need to pass one impact test. Only the Snell forcing the second one, small impact. So if you start rolling down, if I start rolling down, when I fall down from the motorbike, my helmet has been engineered to protect you only by one shot, okay, not from the second one. So the second parameter, the standard control, is deceleration, called HIC, Head Injury Criterion, and the helmet must pass all those 2 tests at a broad range of temperature, extreme temperatures, -20 +50. Despite those straight and heavy rules, we have to know that in the market, nothing or most of important brands respect what is foreseen by the standards. Independent association, consumer association, governative office already tested the helmet purchasing from the shelf shops, and stated and understood, okay, that half of also something more than half do not respect the rules out of low product, not safety product. This is official. So be careful on what you buy inside the shop. But why all this? Because this is a big trouble. Are just attempt of the brands, of the company, to make their product smaller, nicer, and lighter, and most of the time also cheaper. Those 4 points many times represent the real limits on the product making, because the market requests, the customer requests every time smaller helmet, nicer, again, every time newest and with an increased appeal. But companies do not have the tools to do it. So this is really a technological limit. So just a fast overview of the structural layout of a conventional helmet. Made by outer shell, rigid outer skin, in composite material or thermoplastic, and the inner shell, made by EPS. EPS, expanded polystyrene, is the same material of the fish box. It's simple, it's poor, but it is doing its dirty job. During the last 20 years, all the companies try to apply this simple technology in a most fantasy way, but never overcoming what I said. So they can't do helmets smaller, safer, and nicer. Actually, some improvements are coming. Last year, we saw companies that are trying to use plastic pipes, strange rubbers, heavy rubbers, but always materials that collapse after the first impact. The second impact at this moment we're speaking is not yet solved. So we decided 3 years ago to reinvent our, let's say, market state of the art, to write down our new rules. We decided to develop this technology that is a nanometric material, low density, multi-expanding, recyclable, so green material. We just shift from nano to micro scale in order to make the handling easier and safer. That by using a simple thermical cycle of baking and cooling, and inside a small compact station in 1 square meter, we can produce what I'm saying. We produce monolithic piece, one monolithic piece of the inner shell with different density, okay, and with all the features we will see afterwards. And this multi-expanding feature of this material allow us to revolutionize also the way to treat composite materials. So after these words, let's go to see how we tested few days ago this first prototype. At the first test, we passed not 1, not 2, not 3, but 10 different times in the same point of the helmet at different temperatures. So we can say 10 times more than what we have in the market now. After 10, one important point is that after the 5th or the 6th impact, the outer shell went away. No more matrix on the fabric, just fabric between the anvil and the inner shell. So the material after the 5th impact work alone by itself. But what is really extreme is what we see here. This is the FIA 8860 test, Formula 1 helmet. So normally the helmet for Formula 1 has 6 centimeter EPS and 6 millimeter of carbon fiber. We loaded the machine one simple Chinese helmet, motorbike Chinese helmet with 1.5 millimeter of fiberglass and 3 millimeters of our Delpar polymer. Passed. So everything works, and everything is proved by an official testing house, okay, that is used to homologate most of the brands we have in the market, we see in the market now. So which are the difference, just to go straight to the point, between the market helmets and our proposal? From single impact, where simple particle collapse to disperse energy, to real multi-impact energy driver particle. So every time we find a way to take the impact energy we receive from at the impact point, and we drive away where we don't need, where we don't have any kind of problem. So we drive energy to other places every time. No temperature influence. In the market, there are some materials like expanded polypropylene, APP, but it has a really low working temperature range. We work from -100 to +100 without any kind of variation in performance. And the consequence on final product speak about 50% smaller on the thickness, 20% lighter, and cheaper. Because the whole process we are going to see, okay, allow us to make the helmet, the inner and the outer shell all together in one shot, reducing also the consumption of raw materials. Low barriers against competition, because all our competitors work with the conventional materials. We have a gap against others, because we spent 3 years to develop this. They have to do the same, finding other solutions. This is a patented technology since 3 years. 2 patents already granted. 2 important points: real-time easy production and one product fits all standard. With one helmet, we cover all 5 standards. We don't need to have 5 different products in the warehouse. So instantly, we can reduce our stock exposure to 1/3, not of 1/3, to 1/3. Okay, and if we receive new orders from customers from everywhere in the world, we can real-time produce inside 1 square meter of production unit our helmets in real time, in 10 minutes. Okay, so again, a reduced exposure of financial. And two words of what I heard this morning from Emanuele Carpanzano. He said that standard fast change and represent the target to reach, because the faster you reach, the more you get. What we see in our market is that this doesn't happen in our market, because is something what more conservative we have seen since last 10 years. Standard Commission and standard management, who decide the rules, they want to make step ahead, because they know that technologies has those limits. So our next step is to ask to the Commission to move up, set up one level more, one level upper, the level of safety, in order to declare to the market that a new level of real safety can be done. So we want to be the pivot from formal safety to real safety. Because if I fall down from my motorbike, I want to be able to hit down my head several times in a fraction of a second, every time protected at high level. So we jumped inside our creative environment, where we sketched down our design proposal, and this is the shape we would like to apply at our project. At the beginning, 3 years ago, we were 3 simple SMEs, and the question was how to reach this ambitious target. So to redefine this specific state of the art. And since we and our partner are SMEs, too many times undersized and without adequate resources, tools and specific common methods to operate. Within SmartNet project, we have been guided to create a smart, vital, and creative environment where to make this project grow. After becoming a system, we have been guided to analyze all our model, a kind of X-ray analysis of our profiles. All companies has been brought around the table in 2 years, understanding our limit, our bugs, to understand about knowledge, about information model, how we exchange information, how to match, how to fill those bugs. And the process model, each company opened the door of their real situation, of the real structures. And there's resource models. So with this long but simple, at the end, list of rules and methods and tools, we are now ready to extend to the pre-competitive level, extending our cooperation with the next range of companies that are providing processes, tools, providing processes, raw materials, and so on. And again, thanks to SmartNet approach, we are involving them to accept our rule, the rule of this system, becoming again one subject, able to speak the same language, to work in the same know-how storage system, speaking about the same scheduling, and to have every time a systematic approach that allows us to be one subject that able to move fast and move better than before. And touching what I heard this morning from José Caldeira about the exploitation of know-how, I found his speech very, very interesting, because what he told about the exploitation of know-how is, I guess, a key point about the real added value of one project. From basic research to pre-competitive activities, every target must be guided and driven to cover real needs. And otherwise, as he said, we invent again the wheel. We don't need wheels again. We need real improvements. We are extending our polymer applications to other fields. So we are passing from vertical application to horizontal application. So this polymer, in this moment that I'm speaking, is already applied on the renewable energy market and in the automotive. The biggest brand, automotive brand, in this moment is having a technical due diligence on this polymer to make body cars lighter in one shot, in a most effective way. To do so, our environment is extending new companies. And here there is a good distance of companies, new spin-off. So new realities that involving and accepting this environment created by SmartNet are providing new jobs. In this last 3 months, one company, this one, as next to the bankruptcy. After involving inside our environment, because they were working in the luxury yacht production, but that market, let's literally sank down, disappear. So the company was next to the bankruptcy, involving our network and passing all the methods, rules, and tools, and also the technology. They are now producing with the same structure components for aeolic and aeronautic, space and aerospace components, calling back workers jobless from the home to the facility. 10 workers only last month. So I guess this is a good distance of exploitation where one technology coming from founded project, okay, really have direct consequence. It's a real case of direct consequence on our small economy, because we are SMEs, but we huge dreams. Thank you very much for your attention. This is our case.